Hello, welcome back. Today we're starting Unit 3, Rational Functions. We're going to start with the idea of simplifying a rational function. So first off, a rational expression, rational functions in general, is just an algebraic fraction. So we know what a fraction is. It's going to have variables, typically in the denominator, so like, x plus 4 down there. It could have a number up top like 2, or it could be a variable like, 2x. Either way, the primary characteristic of it being rational and being an algebraic fraction is there a variable in the denominator. Now, like any other fraction, we always want to write it in its simplest form. So like when we had the numerical fraction 4 over 6, we reduced to 2 over 3. We were looking for a common expression. Same thing is going to happen here. More often than not, we're going to be factoring either using your basic GCF factoring or dealing with your quadratic trinomials that we reviewed in the previous unit. Now, because these are algebraic, we are going to have to also look for what's called excluded values. This is where the fraction would divide by 0. For example, this top one I just wrote here, 2x plus 4, we'd have to worry about when x plus 4 equals 0, which is at negative 4. So we would have to say it's an excluded value, x cannot equal negative 4. Because if our x value is ever equal to whatever would cause the denominator to be 0, we would divide by 0, and that's, not good mathematically. So after we're done simplifying, we have to always take a look at what was in the denominator originally before simplifying as well as the final result. So we have 64 minus x squared over x squared minus 4x minus 32. So simplifying this, we can recognize the top is a difference of two squares. It is 8 minus x and then 8 plus x. Notice the x is going second. That's because in the order it's 64 minus x squared. The denominator would be an x minus 8 and an x plus 4 when we factor the x squared minus 4x minus 32. Now you'll notice the 8 minus x and the x minus 8 are very similar. In fact, they can cancel, even though they're not the exact same expression, but that's simply because 8 minus x is the same thing as saying negative 1 times x minus 8. That's what we call an additive inverse. So we can go ahead and cancel them as long as we leave a negative 1 behind. So it would be a negative 1 times 8 plus x over x plus 4. And if we distribute the negative and then put in the proper variable first order, we'd have negative x minus 8 over x plus 4 for our final simplified version of the expression. Now, as for the excluded values, it's all about the original denominators. So looking at the x minus 8 and the x plus 4 here, x minus 8 gives us x equals 8. X plus 4 gives us negative 4. So we would say that our excluded values x cannot equal 8 or negative 4. It's got to be them both, because even though the x minus 8 expression canceled, it was still part of the original expression, therefore it's still relevant for the original to not divide by 0. The numerator is totally fine. We can have 0 up top. That's not going to cause any issues. It's all about the denominator. All right, let's do another one. So here we have a number in front of the x squared. So this is going to require AC method of factoring. Again, if you need to review that concept, you want to rewatch the 2.1 video. We're recognizing the bottom factors is x minus 4 and x plus 3. Whereas the top is going to factor as 2x minus 5 and x plus 3. Recognizing x plus 3 is again cancel from top and bottom, leaving 2x minus 5 over x minus 4 for our final reduced form of the fraction. And again, our excluded values are based on the original denominator. Both the expressions that were there, we can't have a 4 from the x minus 4. We can't have a negative 3 from the x plus 3. So that's the basic idea behind the simplifying of the rational expressions. There's not too much going on here as long as you're careful with your factoring rules. And again, if you need to review quadratic factoring, just watch the previous video from Unit 2, 2.1, Factoring Quadratics. So the entire unit, we have 5 other videos that's going to encompass this unit. We'll talk about using these rational expressions. We're going to multiply and divide, and subtract, solve, deal with word problems, and graph them. Looking forward to seeing you guys for each of those videos, and I'll see you next time.